What's going on, y'all? How are you doing? I hope you are doing well. I'm tired. I'm so tired. I've been recording for like 5 hours now. Just a bunch of different videos, trying to get all this stuff done, trying to get so many different things and projects done. So I hope that you guys can bear with me and deal with my tired face and my red baggy eyes. Um, what was I talking about? Oh yeah. So in the last video that I did, I was talking about how I was ranking the five Kage from the weakest to strongest, um, and I wasn't really, you know, trying to upset anybody in that video. I hope you guys took it in, the best way possible. I hope nobody really gets offended by these videos because I really just do them for fun. It's just really fun for me to talk about. I don't do it because I'm trying to state anything factual. I don't do it because I'm trying to say this is what it is definitively. I'm just doing it just based off of, hey, this is a show that I liked, and these are some characters that I liked, and based off of what I saw from the show, I didn't read the manga, I just watched the show. So, I'm not the guy to come to when you're looking for, like, hey, uh, this guy said this guy's the strongest, so that's what it is. Like, no, I'm not that guy. Like, I'm just the guy who says what he likes, and, you know, I like the show, so I'm saying how I feel. So please just make sure that you understand that I'm talking from a more of an entertainment perspective and not a factual one. Like, I'm going to back it up with the information that I have from the show, but I'm not going to sit here and try to go to Reddit forums and look up theories and stuff like that. Like, no, I'm just kind of going to base my knowledge off of what I've seen and, maybe some videos that I've watched related to the topic. And that's what this is today. I saw a video from a channel that I watch called Swag Kage. I've been watching for a while now. He's very informative, so if you aren't familiar with his channel, I'll plug it in the description of this video. Very knowledgeable guy when it comes to different anime, especially Naruto related videos. And he made a video where he was ranking the 7 Hokage from weakest to strongest. So I was like, I think I'll, take a crack at that and see if we have any differing opinions. So I already have mine, jotted down here as far as notes are concerned, just to see if we have anything different. So my number 7 Hokage, which would be at the weakest, we're going to go from top to bottom. The weakest Hokage I would rank as Tsunade. Now that does not mean that she is weak in any shape or form. The only reason why I'm doing this now, please understand, I am doing this at a point to where the most powerful form of these characters comes into play. How powerful were they at their most powerful? So, like, when it comes to, like, the third Hokage, I'm using his prime form. I'm not going to use his old man form. I'm going to use his prime form and the lore behind it. So I'm going to try to give these characters the benefit of the doubt, even though it may not be something that we've actually got to see with our eyeballs. So if you can understand where I'm coming from at that perspective, I hope you can. You just bear with me. So yeah, at her strongest, she was using her 100 seals fighting Madara. That's the strongest that we've seen her, and she really held her own. She did what she could. But at the same token, when you compare her to the other Hokage, I'm not going to say she's fodder at all, but she just doesn't stack up. And really, that's kind of all that can be said about poor Tsunade. Kind of have to move on. I'm sorry. Love you, girl. Next up, I know this is sounding crazy because I know I said that I'm going to do the most powerful of their forms, but I have to put Kakashi right here. Now, I know, because I've said the most powerful form. The most powerful form that we have is double MS, double Mangekyo Sharingan, perfect Susanoo Kakashi. Now, to me, I was going to think about that, and I was going to think about using that because that puts this guy on freaking, like Hashirama levels of power when it comes to, like, raw strength. Like, he's dummy strong. But seeing as how that was only a temporary amp, I can't give it to him. I want to give it to him, but I can't. It's different when you're comparing that to the third Hokage and Kakashi. Kakashi got that for, 20 minutes. So there's no point where we could actually say this is Kakashi's actual power level. He actually loses his Sharingan when that happens. So I would say that I have to at least compare it to War Arc Kakashi, who's very powerful, or Hokage Kakashi. One of those who's actually, to me, is still more powerful than Tsunade because he got that ridiculous buff. He had Kamui. Whether you compare him to Hokage Kakashi, which we haven't seen most of, that's why I'm going with War Art Kakashi, because we've seen he's got mad chakra reserves. He can Kamui the heck out of everything. He can Raikiri the heck out of everything. Like he's really strong. Like, and he's really fast. So it's just hard for me to see that this Kakashi is in any way, shape, or form weaker than Tsunade. I feel like they're at least on par. Tsunade is no joke, you know. But I feel like if you're comparing to War Art Kakashi, that buff that he got just is ridiculous. And so I just think that I would have to place him just a little bit higher than her. Just a tiny bit. This much, y'all. Look how close my finger. Y'all see that? Close. Just that much. So with that being said, since I'm not using OP Sage of Six Paths Kakashi, that's where he gets placed. Number 6. So number 5, I gotta give it to the homie Tobirama. Now I wanted to place him higher because I like Tobirama. He's really powerful, really cool character design, like very unique character. I really like him. I enjoy everything about his character. And I think he's very powerful. I think he's slept on. I think he's so slept on. I think he's actually one of the most slept on characters in the entire series. I think that people kind of, consider him like the fodder Hokage since he lost to the Kinkaku Force or Kinkaku and Ginkaku Force. But from what we saw in their reanimated forms, they were no joke. Like, and then there was like 20. It was 20 S-class Shinobi. That from what I've seen, it was 20 S-class Shinobi, including Kinkaku and Ginkaku, who he had to fight against. And I'm pretty sure he had to fight against most of them by himself. And he ended up bodying most of them when, he let Danzo and the homies get away. Danzo and Sarutobi, like when he named him Hokage. Like, he I don't know, like he created a whole bunch of jutsu. He was one of the fastest ninja of all time. He established the reanimation jutsu. He just made all these jutsu. He's super fast and was hella strong. Predominantly a water jutsu, a water style user, but he made a name for how powerful his water style was. To where he's comparable to Kisame, like, who's known for being super powerful when it comes to water style. I just think that he's really slept on for how he kind of was taken out and how contextualized it was. Where it's like, oh, you got killed by 2 kind of side characters. Like, yeah, but those side characters had 9 Tails chakra, and we've seen what that does. And we've seen that they were able to go into 4 Tails mode. He fought 2 of those guys. Like, let's think about this real quick. 4 Tails Naruto with half the 9 Tails in him almost killed Jiraiya. That's a quote from himself. He literally said, I almost died. He almost killed me. Now, how that happened, maybe he let his guard down, but whatever. But, Kinkaku and Ginkaku, went wild and were trying to kill Tobirama in a 4-tail state. I believe that's what it said. It's 4-tail state, but tail beast state. He fought against both of them and other, S-class ranked shinobi, who, even if they were Jonin level, it's still the fact that he fought against them, embodied most of them, and died in that fight. So, and this is after he's running from him, after a mission, after he's fatigued. We don't know if he could have pulled off the dub if he wasn't fatigued. We don't know. But I think that just based off of the fact that we try to just kind of, shrug off how he died and think that Kinkaku and Ginkaku are just, fodder, I don't think that's really fair to the homie Tobirama. Even though I'm placing him, pretty low on the list, but we got to realize who his competition is. So, anyways, I hope you understand where I'm coming from. So, what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What is it? I think it's number 5. No. What am I doing? Am I going bottom to the top? Yeah, number 4. I'm tired, y'all. I'm so sorry. This is 7, 6, 5, 4. Yeah. I can't count. Am I this tired? I can't be this tired. No, come on, get it together. Do this. Do that. Whew. Yeah. Sarutobi. Yes. I don't know if I'm gonna make it, y'all. I don't know if I'm gonna make it. Oh my goodness. Yeah, Sarutobi, the 3rd Hokage. So Sarutobi was considered to be one of the most powerful ninja of all time. Mastered all 5 chakra natures, was an absolute beast. Fought against reanimated first and second Hokage at the same time. Although the scale was different, they were like nerfed super hard. I think they were like half strength. But he fought against them two and Orochimaru and won. That says a lot. Although he died in the battle, he still won. You know, like, and he didn't kill Orochimaru. We could say that it was because, you know, he couldn't, but it seemed to me more like he just didn't want to. I think that's what we're kind of going with. And he was super old. In his weakened state, he was able to do all of this, like defend the village, and he was able to push the Nine Tails' whole form. Like, he was pushed it out of the village with his staff. Like, he was ready to fight the Nine Tails. So to me, I think that the third Hokage, his legend of how powerful he was, to be considered to where he was called the most powerful Hokage ever, and they're the god of Shinobi, like, which I thought that title was reserved for the first Hokage, or maybe he's the god of all ninja. I don't know, the god of something. He's gods or something. But yeah, so like for him to have done what he did, to be considered as powerful as he was, I had to place him above Tobirama, just because he does have feats to back up, you know, how strong he was, to know that he was able to master all 5 chakra natures and be able to do it. He's able to do hella jutsu. He's able to fight on the toughest of opponents. We already saw it in the Naruto series, and then we saw how he was able to help out when he was fighting Jubito. You know, although he didn't do a whole bunch, he did, you know, make a very big impact, and we saw his strength. So I placed him above that just because he has the same level of like lore when it comes to Tobirama. Like, he's got that background, he's got that history, but we just got to see more of him. We got to see more of what he did and his impact that he made. So, you know, that's kind of where he's placed. But I feel like that's pretty fair when it comes to like where he's at. I think you guys can understand that. So, moving on up the list. I forgot what I was doing. It's 4-3. See, I'll try to do that epic. I'm not very good at this. Minato. So, I put Minato here at number 3. It seems like it may be out of place, but I don't think so at all. Because I wanted to make sure that I took into consideration, like, if his reanimated form, because I wanted to make sure that I included their most powerful forms. So that's why I considered, like, Prime Sarutobi. I feel like Prime Sarutobi is more powerful than Tobirama. Maybe not old Sarutobi, but Prime Sarutobi. So I want to say that, like, if you look at regular Minato, whether this is him in his prime or his reanimated form, which is way more powerful, I don't think anybody would question it if I looked at his reanimated form. If I looked at his regular form, then it may be where you can argue that Sarutobi may have been more powerful, but I don't think he's faster. Minato is just like an actual literal genius when it came to fighting. Like, he's just an absolute mad lad. Like, he's just a beast. To where people were warning him, like, if you see this guy, run. That's how dangerous this dude is. You know, nicknamed the Yellow Flash. Like, he's no joke. This guy is no joke. He's able to match the Raikage. Now, this may have been a young Raikage to where he was like, I feel like he wasn't even matching him. I feel like he was like kind of, you know, squatting down and taking a douche right on him, just dropping the load on him. I feel like he just kind of just whipped his dick out on the Raikage and B, like, in the war. And that's how it seemed, because it seemed like he just effortlessly, like, saw the punch coming, boop, and just teleported out of the way. That's just the way it seemed. I don't know, I could be wrong, but it just seemed like he did it so effortlessly. And although they were both young, this is young Minato and a young, you know, Raikage, it just seems like he was really able to dog on him very easily. The fastest shinobi of all time, without question. You can look at it and say Shisui was faster, whatever, body flicker, I don't care. I think that Minato is just fast as hell. He's actually acknowledged by the other Hokage. Even Tobirama, who was considered one of the fastest Kage of all time. Even the Raikage considers him the fastest shinobi ever. Like, we all know that the only person that ever actually surpassed him in speed is Naruto. Like, that's one thing that we all seem to know, is that of the fastest characters in the series, Minato is one that you just know comes into question. As if he's not the fastest, he's one of the fastest. So I had to place him up here. If you want to consider his reanimated form, that's fine. There's no question about it. He's placed on this list right there. His non-reanimated form, I suppose if you want to debate that, that's fine. Let me know why you feel like he may have been placed differently or should have been. I still think that even if you're not considering his reanimated form, his regular Hokage prime form, I feel like he still deserves to be placed at number 3. Moving on up the list to number 2, I put Hashirama Senju here. I feel like when we know where we're going, you understand why I'm putting him here. I could have put him at number 1, but I don't think I could have. Like, I say I could have, but I don't think I could have. Like, but you got to remember who we're talking about. It's Hashirama Senju. He tamed all 9 Bijou. Like, and he did that, and he was so strong that he gave them to the other nations. Like, y'all not gonna do nothing. Here's a gift of my kindness, you know, like, because I want y'all to be cool. You know, I want everybody to be cool. Here's a nuke. You're just not gonna use them because I'm Hashirama. Like, I feel like that's just like, come on, man. Like, just you're pulling your dick and balls and just setting it at the 5 Kage summit. Like, that's what Hashirama literally just did. Here, you get a tail beast, you get a tail beast, you get a tail beast. I'm Oprah out here, you know, and everybody's like, oh, thank you for the tail beast. I'm about to nuke him. He's like, you're not gonna do that. You right, I'm not. You're Hashirama. I forgot. No, you didn't. You right. I didn't even forget. Like, it just seems that way to me when you know that he did that. Like, the fact that when he was fighting Madara, all he did was pull out the wood golem and was like, boop, you don't got the 9 tails no more because I touched it. Like, he was able to hold down the 10 tails with his deity gates. Like, the 10 tails. Like, the dude is ridiculous when it comes to his levels of strength, and his chakra reserves are practically endless. So when it comes to like putting him on the scale of like not putting him at number 1, you gotta realize what he's up against. So without trying to over explain why I put who I put at number 1, let's just talk about it. Number 1 spot goes to the homie Naruto Uzumaki. I think we all understand why. This guy has just endless, like literally, like if anybody was to have endless chakra reserves, it's this guy. Dude can fight forever. Dude can make thousands upon thousands of shadow clones who have equal to his strength. He was able to distribute like 1,000 shadow clones and send them to each point of the battlefield with similar strength to his own in Tailed Beast chakra mode. Like, he's just ridiculous when it comes, and he's got a Rasengan that comes in like every chakra nature, like Kekai Genkai type style. Like, he's got a magnet style Rasengan. Like, you shouldn't be able to do that. Like, it's like a nature transformation. Swag Kage explained it, and I was like sitting here like dumbfounded because it already sounded crazy until he explained it. It's a nature transformation inside of a nature transformation, because the Rasen Shuriken is a nature transformation, and then you're doing the magnet style Rasen Shuriken, which is a nature transformation. It's ridiculous. Like, thinking about the fact that he just does it like that and does it just effortlessly, and he can just spam them thousands of times. Like, now, don't get me wrong. Like, if you really think about it, like, they have similar levels of chakra. Like, Hashirama and Naruto, they do. But you gotta think about the fact that, you know, they both have Sage Mode, but Naruto also has KCM stacked Sage Mode, Sage of 6 Paths Mode. Like, his buffs, he's got too many buffs. He's got Sage of 6 Paths, Sage Mode, you know, Tail Beast chakra mode, like, and he can manifest the Kurama avatar. Now, don't get me wrong, Hashirama can suppress the 9 tails chakra, so, you know, there is that. I mean, I might do a versus battle on it. We'll see. I mean, I placed him where I placed him just because I feel like Naruto is just that dude. Naruto is just the guy who's almost uncomparable when you think about strength. It's hard, man. It's hard to really even think about anybody who can see him. You know, not even Sasuke. He held back. We'll go there at a different point in time. But anyways, guys, if you disagree with any ranking, any point of the video where I put the Hokage at, and if you think that somebody should have been somewhere where they weren't, let me know. My dog's still barking. I can't stand it. Yeah, that's about it for this video. So just let me know your thoughts and concerns and comments and questions. I'm sure at this point, like, I done pissed off so many of you that you're just like, wait a minute, you don't know what you're talking about. It's okay. It's fair. I'm here to listen to what you have to say. So let me know your thoughts. Appreciate you coming out. Hope you had a good time. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace.